Welcome to iSpoke Media. We bring you the latest political news from across the country. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest updates. Narendra Modi goes from strength to strength only because he faces no opposition. It came this year. In the 7 years that he has been the Prime Minister, this has been the year most defined by blunders and fiascos. The mistakes made by Modi personally in areas ranging from healthcare to national security are too long to list in this limited space. Well, public healthcare literally collapsed, and we discovered that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had failed to order enough vaccines to save us from this evil coronavirus. The second was Modi's failure to understand in time that if farmers fought a whole year against laws that they believed would ruin them, then the Prime Minister should have addressed their fears earlier instead of maligning them. Modi's failure to consider the people he was trying to benefit was not just a terrible mistake but a poor reflection of the quality of his leadership. It is remarkable that he has been able to ride out the storms of this year and has come through. If the polls are right, as a man who India voters still trust more than any other political leader. The failure, as the Chief Minister of West Bengal so vividly pointed out last week, is the failure of the opposition parties to take advantage of Modi's many serious mistakes. She said that it was important for whoever led the opposition parties to have the courage to fight, and that the Congress party had shown that not only did it not have any fight left in it, but that it had a leader who was always loafing off to some foreign country when he was needed here. The opposition parties routinely accuse the Modi government of making parliament dysfunctional, but who is it who spends more time sitting under the statue of Gandhiji than inside the vaunted temple of democracy? The last session of parliament was wasted because of the opposition parties insisting that until Pegasus spyware was discussed, nothing else would be. This session looks as if it will be wasted because those 12 suspended members of the Rajya Sabha refused to apologize for extremely bad behavior and chose instead to spend their time under Gandhiji's statue. If there is a strategy behind this endless disruption of parliament, then it is a bad one. And one that seems to be designed by political leaders stuck in a time wrap. In that long ago time, before social media and instant news, this kind of protest may have had some value. It no longer does and really looks as foolish as gathering outside the gates of parliament and drafting off to Rashtrapati Bhavan to complain to the president. Is it any wonder that Modi continues to be seen as India's only leader? Is it any wonder that despite the many blunders he has made this year, he still appears unscathed? The truth is that without the Congress party, there can be no real political alternative at the national level right now. But not only does it seem incapable of rising to the task, it seems not to have understood how much politics has changed. Instead of renewal, it seems to be wallowing its past glories, as if it has nothing else to offer. The sad truth is Sonia Gandhi and her children appear to have learned nothing at all about why they have led our oldest political party to humiliating defeats in 2 general elections. Well, now stay with us. We shall bring you all the latest updates on this. This is Aparna Sundar reporting for iSpoke Media.